Hey gamers, in this video we're going to talk about the plot device Deus Ex Machina. Hey gamers, welcome back to Game Master's Dungeon. I am Brian, your Game Master. In today's episode of GM Study Hall, we're going to talk about another plot device that you might be tempted to use in your story. And this is going to be Deus Ex Machina. Basically, Deus Ex Machina is using a unforeseen event to bypass or circumvent another event in your story that might seem impossible or difficult to overcome by your players. But before we get into the details, if you end up liking this video, hit that like button. Also, if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell icon so you get instant notifications when I do upload new content. Also, follow me over on Twitter at GameMastersDone1 for updates on content and ideas that I may have for my channel or kind of what I do in my gaming career. Also, join me over on Discord in my server with several other of the subscribers that I've got. We're having some great conversations over there talking about different games. Links for all this will be in the description below. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright gamers, so let's get into this. So we're talking about Deus Ex Machina. So like I said, basically there's going to be like an impossible event or a difficult situation that's going to arise for your characters, for your players in your game, that maybe they're not going to be able to get past or they're having a hard time. And you might feel, well, I want to move the story along and I'm just going to come up with something that's going to swoop in and save the day. So basically that's Deus Ex Machina, an unforeseen event that is used to circumvent or to bypass another event that might be impossible or difficult. Now, is this something that you would want to use? Yes and no. So let's talk about the yes. So why would you use this? Now, if you're going to use this plot device, use it very, very, very sparingly. Because let's give an example, okay? So your characters have stormed the castle. They have made it to the throne room, and they've done battle with the evil king. But now the evil king has won the upper hand, and your players are lying broken and bleeding on the floor, and it looks grim. Like they can't win. You know, how are they going to do it? They've used all of their resources, their spells, their potions, their magic items, or whatever. They've used it all. They've got nothing left. Well, as the evil king steps down from his throne with his sword drawn and he prepares to swing that final blow, the ceiling collapses and kills him. All right? That's a pretty random event. You know, that's a very general situation where something like that would happen. It looks grim. The players did nothing to influence that ceiling falling down on that guy. That would be, a rough example of Deus Ex Machina, right? Don't do stuff like that. At least on a regular basis. Now, if you use something subtle, so say maybe it's just like players have rolled poorly, and you've rolled really well, or a combination of one of the two, and it's looking grim, and they're gonna lose. You could maybe, fudge some rules, or introduce an NPC or something that can come to their aid, but not to circumvent, not to defeat the whole encounter, but maybe to assist them to get them back up in the fighting shape, or to give them an edge to, to start to sway the fight back in their favor. Never just have, basically, Deus Ex Machina means God of the machine, so do not have God come down, pluck the villain or just, pluck the problem out of the way and off they go. Because if you do that, then the players are going to become accustomed and used to that if things get rough, you're just going to save the day through some unforeseen event. Basically, what needs to happen is events need to be beaten, challenges need to be overcome based on actions taken previously. The quest they've done for the magical item to defeat the evil king, the the trading that they did with the NPCs for the materials and the potions and stuff that they needed, all that prep work that they do, that needs to have a big hand in defeating the challenge. Now, fudging rolls, if they're rolling poorly and you're rolling really well, that's a topic for a whole other video down the line. But don't be afraid to do that, as long as you're not like open rolling, out in the open. Use your DM screen. So now we kind of touched on why you don't want to use this. You really don't want to use it because, like I said, the players will become accustomed to it, and it's going to remove that suspension of disbelief in the game. They're like, oh, if it gets tough, the GM's just going to come in and just, make it go away, whatever. We'll just charge that, cave full of giants with, 5 hit points, We don't care. Something's going to happen and he's going to save the day. Some players will become like that, and you don't want that in your game because it's just going to create like a foul environment, and the attitude is going to get just awful, and it's just going to be a bad experience for everyone. All right, gamers. So that was Deus Ex Machina. Let's wrap up, right? Using an unforeseen event to overcome a challenge that is set on your players, not based on anything of what they've done before, but an unforeseen event. The ceiling collapsing on the evil king, Deus Ex Machina. Don't use it like that. Your players will just, they'll become accustomed to having the day saved, and the game is just going to go south really fast. Now, if you do use it sparingly, use it subtly. Don't overcome the entire situation, but maybe just something happens to give them a slight hand to help to sway the battle back in their favor. So, once again, if you like that video, hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon if you want to support the channel. Check me out over on Twitter and on Discord. Links will be in the description below. Until I see you again in the dungeon, I'm Brian, your Game Master, and happy gaming.